So Donald Trump was at this NATO summit, and during remarks with reporters after it was over, he was talking about Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth and the Defense Department, and he said, well, we used to call it the Department of War. Maybe we should call it again the Department of War because we feel like warriors, maybe for a few weeks. And then he went on to say, well, we got politically correct and then we had to call it the Department of Defense. Maybe we need to stop that and go back to calling it the War Department. Later on a Truth Social post, he was talking about Pete Hegseth and said Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, and then in parentheses after, he put war. Now, why is he focused on changing the Defense Department's name back? Well, because he thinks it makes him look tough. He's puffing out his chest. Look at me. Look at how tough I am. I'm renaming it the War Department. I'm a strong man. I'm tough. America's showing our strength and our might. When most of the world sees it for what it is, which is all an act, and it doesn't amount to anything. Now, his supporters, if it does happen, are going to cheer it. Look at how great he is. Look at what he's doing. He's really getting things done. Again, it doesn't matter. It was changed to the Defense Department in 1949 after World War II, when they had moved. The War Department was one department, and then the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force all had their own departments. They were all cabinet level positions for a little bit. Then they merged them all under the Defense Department. That's why it ended up being where it is. It's because we grew and we merged things together to make one department, and it's bigger and better than it was before. But Donald Trump doesn't care about any of that. He's just looking for a victory. He's looking for an easy win because he's failing at everything he's trying to do politically. For most of the stuff he's trying to do, the courts are saying, no, you can't do that. They're blocking him. They're putting pauses in. He's getting frustrated. And even when he tried pulling out this ceasefire with Israel and Iran, they turned around and within hours of the supposed ceasefire, both sides said, nope, didn't know nothing about it, and continued attacking. Now, I believe hostilities have at least temporarily ceased over there, but he was made to look foolish. So now he's trying to come back again, looking like the tough guy and do what he always does. He wants to appear strong. This isn't a sign of strength. This is a sign of weakness from somebody who's desperate for a win, for anything, to make it look like he's accomplishing anything. He's grasping at straws, and the straws are getting weirder and weirder the deeper into this administration gets, because he's got nothing left. He doesn't have any good plans left, because the plans he did have were bad, and they're getting blocked at every turn. So we'll see if he actually succeeds with this one, but it's something that doesn't really matter.